Okay, we should be live now. I'm going to talk today about the Minecraft build, the blueprints. Welcome to everybody who has followed recently, and for all the people who've maybe come for Flight Pass. This is the other part of my channel. This is the EPiraten side. This is where we do the Minecraft blueprints, where you do technical builds of buildings, and we've been working on Salisbury Cathedral, and we have now been working on Notre Dame. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I just wanted to say that there's been a few improvements going on with the stream, and I'm going to try and improve all the time. But if you've got any suggestions, then please just mention a comment or something, and you should now see that the chat will pop up on the screen. So this is Notre Dame. Now, last week we would just, I think I got to the point where we had completed this section at the choir section. We'd done the transept. We got to the choir section, and I said that I would be almost completing the outside of the eastern end, which is the technical, tricky section. And as you can see, I've done most of that, but the windows need to be finished on a lot of sections. But this was quite a challenging area to try to complete. So this is obviously with Minecraft working in a 1-to-1 scale. So one block is 1 meter squared, and it doesn't. It's not easy to get the curves right, and I think there are some elements of the of this section that are not quite right. I might just wait until we've got all the windows in just to make sure it looks right. And the difficulty part of this build is trying to get these photographs of this sort of inside these areas here. There's a lot of these columns around, and these buttresses, and trying to get a sort of a good look at what they look like has been pretty difficult. But I'm pretty pleased with it. I think by the time we get to next week, we should have this section finished. The windows shouldn't take too long. They seem to be pretty easy to get, and I think it's mostly fine. There'll be some tweaks probably going along. If anyone can see anything obvious, then give us a shout. As for the inside, then it's a different matter. I'm going to have to try and get some shots around the back of the altar area, I think. See if we can see what these columns are looking like. I'm not sure about how this I can't remember what this section's called, but how it kind of bends around whether it does come round here like this. I think there's a similar window to here would be in this area, and but we're going to have to uh, work on that. I think that's not so much of a problem. We'll have to finish the roof as well. The vaulting needs to be completed. We've got some vaulting down this end that I'm reasonably happy with. We might have to do some adjustments to it, and I'll have to see what the these end sections as well, these transept sections, will look like. And the bit I'm a little bit concerned about at the moment is this aisle section. So I can't seem to get much information on these edges or how these columns, which are on the blueprint here, actually relate to the actual size of these columns. They're not they're supporting the outer side of it, so we shall see. So I've had them down as a 4 square column. That might be a bit big. On this edge here, I've got it down as a sort of a single width. So we'll have to see if I can get some reference photographs for that area. This is, by the way, the floor will be raised up by 2 blocks. So the scale will be a little bit different because the whole build has been from the outside, has got a couple of steps. So we will be pushing this floor all the way down as well. The front door here. I'm quite happy with the front. There's a lot of these gargoyles and grotesques, I think they're called. We'll need some armor put on, and trying to keep the palette is going to be pale, sort of architectural, sort of white buildings, just using quartz really, and diorite, I think it is, for these sort of thin column areas here. Pretty happy with the roof. Possibly need some accents put on in certain places, and a few checks to make sure some things aren't out of place. This is the other section of Notre Dame. I might complete that. I might just leave it like that. I think this is the sort of vestry area here, but we'll see how I feel. I feel like I probably want to now move on to a different project. But if you're new to the Minecraft Blueprints project, what we're trying to do here is to get a good comparison between buildings. So this is a 1-to-1 scale of Notre Dame, and across the way here we have a 1-to-1 scale model of Salisbury Cathedral. And the blueprints, I've said this in other ones, but it's they are designed to not only be a 1 meter scale. This is also on the 0. The blueprint is on the 0 point. That's why it's all hovering. And so when you're looking at the position on the top left here, you'll see the height of stuff. But not only that, on the north-south axis, so I'm looking north now, these blocks represent 1 year, and hence we have the year 1200 here on this line. So you can see now the scale of the build of Notre Dame began in 1163 and finished in in its primarily finished in 1260, though there were additions that went a few centuries later. And that allows us then to come over to somewhere like Salisbury Cathedral. We can immediately see the difference in scale, the difference in design. You've got French Gothic on Notre Dame and early English Gothic architecture with Salisbury Cathedral. You can immediately see that there's a lighter feel to the architecture of the English early Gothic. And you can also see that the beginning of Salisbury Cathedral was begun in 1220, so almost 60 years after the beginning of Notre Dame, and it was finished in 1330. So you can see that Notre Dame was basically completed around about 1/3 of the way into the build of Salisbury Cathedral. All these models, by the way, are from contemporary times. So you do have the refectory glass of Salisbury Cathedral being put in here. So this would be what was actually present today. And so, yeah, you can then get a feel for the way that these buildings are being built across Europe. Over here is the beginning of the blueprint for Lincoln. I wanted to do Lincoln because it's very similar to Salisbury Cathedral, slightly beforehand. Salisbury Cathedral has got the spire, which was 123 meters high, and it's actually the third highest spire at the time of construction, with Lincoln Cathedral and St. Paul's higher. And St. Paul's was destroyed in the Great Fire of London, and Lincoln's spire collapsed. So now Salisbury Cathedral is the highest spire. In fact, I believe the plans for Notre Dame was to have two spires on the towers here, but they were never completed. I think a lot of Notre Dame was neglected for many years, and then had a sort of a Gothic revival during the 18th and 19th centuries. And okay. So this is the stage at the moment. We also have the next planned build, though, before Lincoln, will be St. Paul's Cathedral, and the plan's already put in up here, and we'll start filling out the blueprint probably, if not end of this week, it'll be the beginning of next week. So as you can see, this is the 1675. 1710 was when St. Paul's was built, and I liked showing this is the sort of time scales that we are looking at, and you get a sense of time now as we fly south. We're going back in time. Heading back, I'm going to fill out these lines as well so we get a scale of it. So you'll see the scale of the project that's going to happen. We're going to have buildings up and down this timeline, placed where they were built. And we'll be able to see the growth of architecture through the years. So we're getting here to the year 100, and we come to now the year 0. So now we're going to BC, and as you can see, I just was putting this line in here. This gives you a visual representation of time. And when we get back here, I think we got to about 1500 BC, which was probably the end of the construction of Stonehenge. And from that point, then we'll put in some of these ancient, very old monuments and buildings. So we'll have probably Stonehenge, and I'll probably put in the pyramids of Giza. But the scale would change after this, after the 1500 BC, because the scale of production on something like Stonehenge was covered about 1500 years on its own. And this is Stonehenge, so that's a time representation there going back, and this shows the Stonehenge, and the years it was believed to be built was from around 3100 BC to about 1500 BC. So yeah, this is shows the outer ditch and bank of Stonehenge, which was built approximately around 3100 BC, and then you've got the blue stones inside, probably not in their original positions. That was phase 2 of the construction, and then the outer triglyphs was in the later third phase. Obviously, repositioned probably. These station stones, I think they're called. There's also a barrow on either side. These have some significance with moon rising, moon positions. It has the keelstone over here is lined up with the summer solstice, and we've got these stones here which were known as the slaughter stones, which I don't think are standing. So you've got the altar stone here, and you can look straight down there towards the summer solstice. So there's a significance of Stonehenge in some way, ceremonial, something to do with the seasons, something to do with trade, possibly, religious, spiritual, you name it, but it's definitely got something to do with the solar system and the position of the sun and the moon. And so this will be where the old stuff will be. Well, I think pyramids of Giza are put over here. They do have they're earlier than Stonehenge, I believe, but they overlap the construction of Stonehenge. So we'll put the pyramids of Giza here, and then as we'll put in other buildings as we come along. So we'll zoom back as fast as my Minecraft will allow us. So I hope you are enjoying the content. There'll be more videos coming out showing the construction. I usually will stream the construction live, and then I'll put them up on these sort of blue backgrounds with some information for you later. And there'll be some music put over it for the time lapse stuff. And we'll just gradually continue to produce this thing. This has been a project that's been going for probably about 4 or 5 months now. So we're doing basically almost one building per a month, and hopefully we'll get a lot more buildings coming up. We'll have obviously Roman stuff, possibly, definitely do more cathedrals, and we'll go even to the modern one. And I'm sure I would try to attempt the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, Gaudi's masterpiece, since that's now been finished or topped off, and which would be a definite challenge, I believe, in my Minecraft. But we'll have a go. But we'll try something different next time. We'll do St. Paul's because it's more, I think it's more of a neoclassical design rather than a Gothic design. And the dome of St. Paul's is going to be a challenge. But that one that's going to be pretty cool. So that is the build talk for this week. If you enjoy this, please give it a like, give it a subscribe to whatever you got to do. And I will be streaming again tomorrow with the Flight Pass. You can join us where we use Microsoft Flight Simulator to investigate historical events. And we will be approaching Paris. We're following currently Napoleon's journey from exile in Elba. He's escaped Elba and he's traveling up through France. We've got to Auxerre at the moment. And so tomorrow we will be entering into Paris, and we'll be able to do a fly around Paris, look at the sites where Napoleon, it was important to Napoleon during the Waterloo period, and we'll have a look at Notre Dame as we do that. And that will be tomorrow. I'd like to thank all the new people who've been following, and that's great. And I will try to put some more schedules up on the Twitter, whatever it is, Twitch thing. This time at the moment is about 12 o'clock UK time. So I'd like to say good morning to all those on the east coast of America having your breakfast, and also good evening to all those in Sydney. It's probably about 9 o'clock out there. And New Zealand, God, you must be maybe 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock in the evening. 6 or 7 o'clock in Bangkok having your tea. Hope this is the sort of thing that you can just stick on in the background. This is when I go live. It's always sort of around about midday London time. And tomorrow, I think we'll probably start early afternoon. And as more and more people join, then I'll definitely get more strict on the times that I start. But you'll be able to see me in the evening building these things, adding to these constructions. And you can just watch on. And I will say, I see your comments, but I don't answer because I'm usually listening to some music when I'm doing this. And yeah, so hopefully next week then we will see the finished outer section, definitely. I'll get the outside done and hopefully most of the vaulting inside done on this building. And I then will move on to the next build. So I hope that's okay with you, I will see you soon. You may see some streams going up about with some music on as I work on other things. But otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for the next edition of Flight Past as we look at the 100 Days and Napoleon's journey to Waterloo.